everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tamika. This is the Library of Tomes where I talk to you about all the bookish things going on in my life. Yes, you've probably seen this outfit before. I'm sorry, I'm starting on my reading vlogs. I can't help it, okay? I need to go ahead and start these because I want to read some of these this week, and what better way to do that than just sit down and start them all. Hi, how are you? This week I'm reading Gabby Reads' favorite romances. I talk about romance here, so I decided to take one of my favorite booktubers and read their favorite romances because that just sounded like the fun thing to do. I love Gabby. I've been watching Gabby for a really long time. I've been watching her for like 3 years now, and I love thrillers and romance, and that's literally what she reads. And she also reads horror and some Stephen King, which again, things I read. So I really wanted to just read some of her favorite romance books. I love finding new romance books, and I've not read a ton of popular ones. So I am gonna go over the ones I'm gonna be reading for Gabby really quickly. And I'm only gonna be reading 3 just because that's kind of what I felt comfortable doing. I have a lot of reading plans I wanted to do this month, and I was trying to read some really good books, and I wanted to pack them all into a short stack. So first up, I have The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. This one I have been wanting to read for a really long time, and I got it when it came out last year. This one follows Olive and Ethan, and they are going on their siblings' honeymoon. They were actually the best man and the maid of honor, and the entire wedding party and the entire wedding gets food poisoning except for Olive and Ethan, and they have to go on the honeymoon because the honeymoon cannot be refunded. So they go and they have a romance. I'm so excited about this one. I got this one because Gabby said it was one of her favorite romances of last year. I don't remember when she said that, but I'm pretty sure it was in her tier ranking video or in her end of the year video. Don't remember, but I know she loves this book. Next one that I know for sure came from her tier ranking video was Eleanor and Gray by Brittany C. Cherry. This was in like her God tier level, I think. This one, I don't know. I think it's a childhood sweethearts to lovers or something like that. I think they were childhood sweethearts and they come back together, so it's told with the children chapters and then the adult chapters, so I'm interested to see how that's going to go and if I will like that one. And then lastly on the list is one I've been avoiding, and I haven't really been avoiding it, I just haven't ever picked it up. Like, I wanted to read it and then I just didn't. I think it was the hype kind of got to me on this one, and I just kind of put it off. And that's Get a Life, Chloe Brown, again by Talia Hibbert. I just want to say, I really want to read this book. So I'm really glad that I'm pushing myself and I'm reading this. This is another recent favorite from Gabby. She read this and Take a Hint, Denny Brown. I loved both of these. And I just wanted to read Chloe. I want to see if I like it. I want to see how I feel about it because I do want to read Denny Brown too. So yeah, I'm going to hop on into these and we will see how I feel about them. Hi. So I started The Unhoneymooners earlier today. I started at work at some point today, and I have a lot of thoughts and a lot of feelings. I'm about to finish it, but before I finished it, I wanted to hop on here and just say some thoughts and feelings about it. I am really liking it. At first I was really nervous. I wasn't really a fan of Olive. She was a lot, but as we kind of watched her and like had her and Ethan spend time together, I really started to like them. They kind of grew on me a lot, so we'll see. I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna love it because I am almost done with it. I will be able to share my full feelings tomorrow after work or in the morning or something, but I'm getting ready to finish it and I'm really happy I read this, and I'm gonna finish it real quick. So yeah, I think that my favorite part is definitely the humor, and I really thought I was gonna have an issue with the fade to black scenes, but I've not had any issue at all. I thought it's been like perfectly steamy, so we'll see. He finished it. Okay, hi. This is the worst angle in the whole world. That's Phoenix coming to like jam out with me. Hello. Hi, baby. Hi. You're not supposed to be on this. But okay. Me too. Yeah. Okay, so Phoenix wanted to tell you about the book too. essentially, we loved it. Right, darling? Yeah? Was it a good pick from Gabby? Is this a book that you would recommend her read? Or no? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Alright, so, my dog loved it too. Phoenix just fell off the freaking couch because she doesn't know how to stay in her personal space. Anyway, I know this is a dark clip. I don't care. I really liked this and I wanted to tell you because I'm going to bed because I'm tired. But yeah, book number 1 is done. We have finished 1 book for reading like Gabby. Next up, another book. We'll find out. Let's pick it right now because God knows if I don't go ahead and start it. Oh, I can't because I'm dumb and my phone's dead. Okay, cool. I'll charge my phone and I will pick it before I go to bed tonight. Let's say I think I'm going to do Chloe Brown. Let's do Chloe Brown. That's what I'm picking. I'm going to start it in the morning. This is me telling you. I'm going to do it. Don't think I won't because I'm gonna. Okay, that's all. Goodbye. Hi. So, we're in my car. It's very strange to have my DSLR in my car, but here we are. I have to actually take some pictures today for the place I work at, which is where I am, and I wanted to go ahead and let you know that I'm reading a book. Okay, so I have to finish up the read of this relatively soon. I am 6 chapters in. I am 2.5 hours out of it looks like 10 or 11 hours, and to be honest, I'm not loving it, like, at all. Like, I think Chloe's really annoying, and I also am just not the hugest fan of Red, so I just don't care about their romance. I don't care about them starting to get together or their banter or anything. I just don't care. So I'm really hoping this picks up soon. I told Izzy that I wasn't loving this and she told me just to keep reading. She said it gets better, and I'm like, okay, I'll keep reading, but I really don't like Chloe right now, so I'm hoping that it'll get better. I have another 30 minutes on my lunch, so I'm gonna listen to that then, and then I have to drive almost basically back to my house. I've got like at least 2 hours that I can listen to this book. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping it gets better. That's my hope. I just really want it to get better. I've officially started Eleanor in Grey by Brittany C. Cherry, and I have you propped in a weird position. I'll take my glasses off for like a couple minutes here. But I started Eleanor in Grey and I like it a lot. I am not buying how grumpy he is. Like, so I just got to like the halfway point where we are on part 2 now, and so part 1 we've got Grey and Eleanor being all sweet and cute and being just them, just us, and I love that. I love that they're helping each other through grief, and it is really, really beautiful. And I think that their breakup moment, which is literally just them drifting apart, because that's what happens whenever you're in college and you try to keep up with people that is like long distance. It's hard to keep up with people. So they're drifting apart it's making a lot of sense to me, and I'm pretty okay with that. And I think that Brittany C. Cherry did a good job with that, and I'm definitely invested to keep going. However, I am just not here for the grumpy. Like, I'm okay with him being grumpy, but he just feels unrealistically grumpy. You know what I mean? Like, he just seems like he's being too grumpy. Like, it doesn't make any sense why he is this grumpy. But we'll keep going. We'll see how it goes. I am liking it. I am really liking Grey. I think he is really, really precious. And I hate that he has lost his wife, because that just breaks my heart. But I am really happy that him and Eleanor are now back in each other's lives again. That makes me really excited. So we will see how it keeps going, and we will hope that his grumpiness will chill out a little bit. It was a really good decision for me to stop Chloe Brown and start listening to this, because Chloe Brown was not putting me in a reading slump. That audiobook was not making me want to pick up more audiobooks. So, note to self, to future Tamika, we're just gonna have to do that every time we hate an audiobook and we feel like we're getting in a slump. We just have to switch the audiobook around. It's gonna have to happen because this was a good decision and I'm really liking this. And if things keep going the way that I hope that they do, I think this might be one of my favorite books of 2020. And that is a big thing to say because I am very picky about the books that are on my favorites list for the year. So we'll see. We'll see how it happens and how it goes. But I will let you know when I'm finished with it. Hi! I'm not used to this camera. I'm looking at the viewfinder up at the top. I'm sorry. But, hi. I wanted to update you. You're also a little crooked. I'm sorry. You're sitting on my bar and it's a little lopsided. We're sucking it up and dealing with it. My tripod's very tiny. I just finished Eleanor in Gray. I actually finished it today at work. I finished it at like 12 o'clock today. And I gotta say, it was so good. I loved this book. Like, I loved it. Like, I loved it so much. I'm not loving standing like this, but I loved this book. This book was so freaking cute. And I'm so happy that I read it, and I'm so happy that I decided to pick this because this book has been talked about by everyone. Gabby loves this book. All of my friends love this book, and I love this book. I loved the kids in this. I loved the relationship. I loved the second chance aspect to it. I just really loved it. I cried like 7 times reading it. There are trigger warnings in this one for loss of a parent. So if death triggers you or cancer of any kind, I will let you know that is in here. And distant parents are also in here. So if that's an issue, that is in there. I just love this. I loved it so much. I will come back and give you better thoughts in a minute, but like, it was just so freaking cute. I just loved it so much. It was great. This is my favorite book that I've read so far for reading like Gabby. And I can truly say I think this is gonna be one of my favorite books of the year. This is awkward. I'm looking up. We can't, as Daddy Andy says, we can't be doing that. I did have to stop the audiobook of Chloe Brown just because I wasn't loving it. It was just not doing it for me. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go get the physical book off of my bookshelf because I do have the physical book. I don't have any lights to turn on. I don't have them set up. They're actually in my car because I've been doing a lot of like stuff for work. So we're just kind of dark right now. But I have Chloe Brown here somewhere. Somewhere here I have Chloe Brown. Where do I have it? I don't know. But it is, oh, it's over here. Let's move a lot of these books out of the way. It's right here. So, there it is. I'm gonna read this physically. I'm gonna turn off the audiobook because it's not working for me, and I'm gonna sit down and physically read this. And we'll see if I like it a little better. My problem with the audiobook is I don't know. I'm just not liking the book, and I think it's the audiobook. Like, I keep putting this way too close to my face. But I'm not liking the book, and I'm about 99% sure it's the audiobook, and it's not actually the book. I'm very annoyed with the characters. I'm very annoyed with Chloe in particular. So, we'll see. I'm really hoping that it will get better with this, because I'm like 6 chapters in or something like that, and Izzy from Happy For Now, I think I've mentioned this, she told me that she didn't, that it gets better, and I don't think she liked Chloe in the beginning either, so we'll see. That was Phoenix. She says she wants me to keep going so she can see if we like Chloe. That's exactly what she's saying. Alright, I'm gonna go and start this, and we'll see what's happening and if I like it, because I'm really hopeful. I have liked both things that I've read for this so far, and I loved the last book that I read for this, so I'm so hopeful. Fingers are crossed. I really want this to work. We are now picking Chloe Brown back up again, I had stopped reading it to read Eleanor and Gray because I just was not digging the audiobook for Chloe. I put it down, I just was not ready for it. I started reading the physical copy of it, and I am on chapter 10. And now that I'm liking the physical copy, because I'm liking this so much more now, like Chloe and Red are not irritating me anymore, which was a huge problem in the audiobook when I was originally reading it. I'm going to actually turn the audiobook back on. I've already got myself back to the point that I was at in the audiobook, or in the physical book. So I am, what am I doing? I'm like 4 hours into it now. So I have like 6 hours left, and I'm gonna turn this audiobook on because I have so much cleaning that I need to do and so many adult things that I need to do. It's not fun, but I have to do it anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to working on this, and I'll let you know how I'm feeling. I will say that I'm so much happier now with this book because Chloe and Red are like communicating, and they're not like just hating each other for no freaking reason, and just because they might have had 1 or 2 bad reactions to each other. So I can definitely see how people like this. You can see my box behind me. We have to put up that crate probably tonight, honestly, and I have other stuff I've got to do. So I'm gonna stop leaning because this hurts my back, and I need to go vacuum my floor and wash my dishes and just be a freaking adult, and I don't wanna, but okay, I'm gonna go now and continue listening to Chloe Brown. So I'm now on chapter 15. I'm all the way back here. I'm like 200 and some pages into this. I am loving their relationship now. Chloe and Red are adorable, and the fact that Chloe is so awkward and she just has no clue what she's doing. She's just like, I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know how to fix what I did. I don't know what I did wrong. Like, I panicked. How do I fix it? What did you want me to say? So they're really cute, and she's like so precious and awkward, and I'm like, God love it. God love this baby. And Red is also a sweet bean, so I'm excited. I'm hoping to finish this up soon. I have, like I said, with what I have left, I only have, for the audiobook, I only have 3 hours and 56 minutes. And for me, I listen on 2 times speed. I actually listen higher, but where I'm listening on Hoopla, I am only able to go up to 2 times speed right now. So I should be done with this in about 2 hours. So we'll see. I have to film when Brad gets home. He had to go see his brother for his birthday. But I think I can finish this tonight. And I think I'll be able to finish it tonight. I hope. This video is supposed to go up tomorrow. So I'm gonna go read, get cracking, and I'll let you know how I feel about it when I'm done with it. So last night I finished Get a Life Chloe Brown. I ended up reading the last 150 to 200 pages of the book. I think it was about 150 pages. Physically, I had the physical book that I finished up. So I finished it, and my immediate reaction to Chloe Brown is a little weird. The beginning was very not good for me, and it was because I was listening to it on audio, and I just was not a huge fan of the audiobook. And then I really liked the middle portion. I really liked the middle portion and the fun and games aspects of the story and them falling for each other. And then the end of it kind of dragged a little bit for me too. I did physically read the end of it and a little portion of the middle, and I listened to the audio for the beginning and a little portion of the middle of that as well. And I don't know what it was about the ending. I really got irritated about the way that Chloe and Red had their blackout moment. So in order to tell you why I didn't like their blackout moment, I'll tell you non-spoilery. I didn't like it. I just felt like it was a little too unbelievable for me. Like, essentially it comes down to miscommunication. I just don't like that trope. I don't like miscommunication. It is very annoying for me. And the blackout moment can really impact my rating, because Chloe was going for like a 4-star solid. I did give it a 4-star on Goodreads. However, it is more of like a 3.5, 3.75. And listen, my rating system, it is weird. I cannot explain it to you, but it makes sense in my brain. I don't know. I think that a lot of the issue I had was with the blackout moment and the way that they kind of fell apart because of a miscommunication that I think could have been resolved pretty easily. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a spoiler warning here. I am going to be talking about spoilers, so if you don't want to know what I'm talking about, just skip ahead a little bit. It won't take me long to talk about this. The two of them have the miscommunication because Red finds out he is on her list, and he won't give her a minute to show him, you know, like, hey, you're not on the list of, like, as a bad thing, like, let me show you what I'm talking about. Like, he just straight up won't believe her, and she's just like, well, fine, if you want to walk away, then don't come back. And he immediately, like, it's like as soon as he walks out the door, he's turning right back around. And that was just so unbelievable for me, and just not fun for me specifically. I was like, dude, if you would have just stood there for like a minute, you could have like even just been like, listen, I'm pissed, I don't want to look at it right now, let me cool down and we can talk in like 20 minutes, you know, anything. But what happened would have been great. But then I understand Chloe's reaction too, because she, you know, she's like, listen, if you walk away because you're not listening to me, don't come back. And like, honestly, props to her. She stuck it out, even though, you know, I wouldn't have. I would have been a big baby. I'd be like, come love me, please. But I get it. And I was cool with Chloe's part. It was Red that really bothered me. So yeah. End of the spoiler there. I really am happy that I read this though. I'm really happy that I finally finished it. The representation in this, one, for a plus size woman, beautiful. Two, for chronic illness. She is very extensive with talking about chronic illness. Do I know anything about it? Absolutely not. I loved being able to see what other people are dealing with. So just so you know, if you want to know if that is good representation, go into GoodReads, onto the GoodReads page, and look at the reviews from people who actually have chronic illness, because like I said, I cannot speak to the representation. And Talia Hibbert also touches on being black and the racism that black people face, and I love that she touched on that as well. Talia Hibbert is also an author of color, so again, I cannot speak on the representation, but it is own voices, so I would assume that it's good, but make sure you're checking GoodReads reviews to make sure the representation is good. So with that tangent out of the way, let's talk about the books, and let's talk about this reading vlog, and let's close this out because I had a really fun time. I'm really happy that I did this. I have been wanting to do some reading like other booktubers, and I started this series back in like October of last year. The first one I did was of Olivia, and I really flopped on that video. Like, that video just did not turn out the way I wanted it to, and I could have like not posted it and just not done this, but I decided that I wanted to continue this series. I don't know how it's going to go moving forward. I don't know if I'm going to do individual booktubers with their favorite romances, because originally the series was not even going to be their favorite romances, it was just going to be their favorite books. But I do want to continue reading booktubers' favorite romances. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet or what the plan is going forward, but I am planning on doing more, and I'm excited to do more because I love romance books and I want to see what other people in the community like. So yeah, that is the plan moving forward. I'm going to be doing more. I don't know how. And I hope that you liked this. I did find another favorite book of the year doing this reading vlog, which I was talking to Izzy about this. 3 of my favorite books of 2020 have came from 3 reading vlogs. And I think that is so fun and so interesting because I really did not expect that to happen. But after I was like editing this and I heard myself say that, you know, it's kind of a big deal for me to say that this might be a favorite book of the year, because I don't do that very often. And then I realized I have 3 reading vlogs where I found 3 of my favorite books. So I'm gonna keep doing these. I am so happy I did this. So thank you, Gabby, for being amazing and helping me out and finding one of my favorite books of the year, because Eleanor and Gray is so good, and I'm not gonna stop screaming about it and stop recommending it because it is honestly such a good book and I want everyone to read it. So that's my takeaway. If you want to read some good romances, go read Eleanor and Gray, because it was really, really good. And I'm going to leave Gabby's link in the description and anyone else that I talked about. And then of course there's also the links in the description for the books if you want to go purchase them. and the spreadsheet of all the romance booktubers. That way, if you want any more romance content other than mine, you can subscribe down below and then go check out those lovely ladies and gentlemen. I love them. With that being said, if you want to be my friend on any other platform, I have all of my links in the description. Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads all linked down below, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye everyone. Rosie, sweet Rosie.